Hello and welcome. Welcome to my channel. This is Kimberly with Journal Breeze, and I'm so happy that you decided to stop by today to click and see what this is all about. This is going to be a craft with me. It's the easiest, simplest craft ever, and I actually wasn't going to make a video, but I started to work on it, and then I thought, well, you know what, let me give it a shot. So this is actually all it's going to be, and I hope that you'll consider joining in. Maybe turn off put the video on pause and grab some papers you love, because it is the papers that is going to make this thing work. Look at these incredibly gorgeous papers. These are from 49 Dragonflies. This is last year's December. These are the backgrounds. I forget what it's called. Just look in her 49dragonflies.com, and I think it's a winter chill or something like that. Klimt, that's right. These are based on the work of the artist Klimt, Klimt, Klimt. And really, they do look like his work, or her work. I guess it's a guy. They're just so stunning. So when I bought this kit a few months ago, I just did not know what I was going to do with it, but I had loved it from the year before. And she had this great sale around Thanksgiving, and so I bought it, and I've just been, busy with Christmas stuff, and I didn't have time to really think about it. And then I came across this little bundle. It's 7 pieces. Oh, now there's going to be 6 standing here. Hold on. What's up? 7. Okay. This was a brochure of the little paint chips. So one of those big fold-up brochures. I think it was like a trifold, really, really long. And all the little paint chips were around it. And I just cut out all the pictures of the rooms that were in between. And didn't really know what I would do with them or anything. But, one of those syncretic moments happened, and I'm looking at these thinking, what can I do? And looking at these and thinking, aha, I'm going to treat these pictures like they are a masterboard. Whoops. Let me put this on lock. And I am then going to make an accordion, Concordia. And the kicker is going to be that I am going to do it every other size. Big, small, big, small, big, small, big, and big. Okay, that's not going to work. Small, big, big, small, big. Okay? Small, big, big, small, big. And it's going to go. It's going to open. They're all going to stand on the right hand side, and it's going to open like this. So this one will turn up, and then that one will be already up, and then the next one, that kind of thing. All right. So all of these are 4 1/4 high, and then I cut a second set. And I thought it was supposed to be 4 high, so I cut the strips 4. So this is 4 1/4, and this is 4. And then the measurements of the pieces are somewhere between close to 3, a little more than 3, close to 4. Okay, so like this, for example, is 3 on the nose. This one is 3 almost on the nose, a little bit more. This one is 2 7/8. This one is, how do you know if it's 4? Okay, this one is 4. Well, then let's see. Yeah, that's a square. I wasn't going for that. Getting that 4 1/4 in there would have helped. This is also 4. It's also 4. Let's see. Okay, this is 3 3/4 actually. And this is 3 3/4. And this one is 3 5/8. Okay. All right. So there you go. Okay. So I am going to connect them. I had hoped to swish all these together, but now that the sizes are different, I'm not going to be able to do that. Of course, I forgot to set my timer correctly. Okay. Let me get this timer. How much time have we already done? Okay. All right. There we go. So I'm going to cut out the same size paper and just have to cut these down a little bit more. But I did cut down some, which is what made me stop and think, oh, I'm going to film it. So I'll show you what makes it a masterboard in just a minute. But these are some of the connectors I'm considering. Because they are this incredible winter scene, can you tell how soft this is? This is flannel. This is a really super duper high quality flannel. I used it to line a quilt that I made to use on the couch, and it's just yummy. It's thick, it's super duper soft, it'll be really sturdy. I love it. And then this is the same thing in this yummy white color. I don't know that I have enough to do the whole thing in this white, so I'm thinking, it looks like I probably do. Looks like I might go every other, just to try to blend it a little bit, add a little interest there. I also am thinking of putting in some of this quilt. This one end has no batting in it. The stitching is still there. You can see that. This is from a quilt that was made around 1825, 1830, somewhere in there. And I cut it off. This was the outer edge, because you can see the binding, and it wore away. And I love the quilting, so I don't want to use that for this. You can see here's some green. The green is made with blue and yellow dyes, natural dyes, and the blue stays in and the yellow fades. And so, let's see, no, the blue faded and the yellow stayed in. I forget. I think if they used indigo, I doubt it faded. It doesn't fade. So it must have been the yellow that faded. But this looks lime. You can tell if something was green if it looks super limey. It was a darker, beautiful green. And that also tells you about it not being synthetic. I guess I did. I guess I sewed this. What a poor job I did. I'm shocked at myself. And it has the beautiful tulip design on it. Can you see it? Let's see if I can get that so you can see it. Let's see. There is a spot where you can make it out. Okay, here we go. Okay, just can you see this double row? Oh, let me see if I turn this off. There we go. Maybe that's better. Yeah. Can you see this double row of quilting? It goes up like this and it turns into a leaf, and then it comes around and it does the other thing. Well, that's a tulip. That's the outline of a tulip. The fact you put a leaf on is kind of arbitrary, but that's a tulip design, and then it comes up and it goes over and it goes into the next tulip. And then you put a quilt pattern inside the tulip shape, and then this one, if you're looking at it the other way, is also the same tulip coming up and going around. So this quilter put in a flower into this. Can you see that flower? It's pretty easy to see, I think. And this one, I think she just did an X. Not sure exactly what's there. So anyhow, I would like to use one end of this that doesn't have the batting so that it will not be too puffy. And then I have this piece that I spilled coffee on, or poured coffee on, to show the quilting more. It really did that. It really showed it, and it's still soft and nice. Look at that beautiful quilting. So I'd like to maybe use that maybe on one of the cards when I'm ready to decorate, because I think it's a little too thick in between, but maybe not. Maybe not. But anyway, it's pretty with it. Maybe I should dye this one too. I did consider, and this is something you guys might have, you know, these old damask napkins, you know, because they have the shiny design, and then they have the flat, that's damask. In a napkin, you can see it maybe better on this side. Yeah, there you go. You can see that better. You can see it in the middle, especially right down here. Yeah, I don't like the shine. I can't stand it, actually. And so I try to dye it so that it doesn't shine anymore. But this, I laid it in a dish and crumpled it in a ball or something. And so this side turned out totally different than that. I don't know. I'm not crazy about either side now, but they'll have a home somewhere at some point. Maybe not here. Okay. So come up with what you want for your middle. I do not want mine to be super wiggly, although this is pretty wiggly. It's more thick than muslin, and that's what I wanted. Okay, so now for the magic. This is how we make it into a masterboard. We're going to fold it in half. So I hope you guys had a really nice Christmas. I hope it was everything you wanted it to be in terms of peacefulness and fun and relaxation and good food if you were the cook and good guests if you were the hostess and nice people if you were attending. All of that can make for such a beautiful Christmas. This down here is so stunning. Stunning. Just love it. Let me turn this on again. See that incredible snowflake? Oh. Okay. So with these cut in half, what I did, I can't really do 2 in one rip. So I have to do it one at a time. And there's 7 pieces total. 14 because I'm planning on making 2. And I'm going to work with the originals because they're slightly bigger. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got it square, laying here straight so I can get, you know, so I don't get crooked. And I have them, I'm cutting them just a little bit bigger. They're going to be, you know, across the top, the bottom, and on the side, just a little bit bigger than it actually is. And then I'm going to rip. And I, of course, have no idea what I'm getting. But what I want to do is intermingle the sizes on the different papers so that I don't get a whole lot of smalls that are from the same piece of paper. Now, 2 are being done at one time because it's folded. So, okay, so that was a little too close. Let's try that again. Start from the top. So with 2 done from each piece, even if you made 2 that were from the same part of the paper, you would have the corresponding one from the other half of the paper. So, you know, you're still going to have variety. That's what I'm trying to say. But you don't know what you're going to have until the whole thing is out and done. That's the fun part. So we have the big reveal coming up. Okay, let's see if this one can just fit automatically. Yes, it does. Okay, perfect. All right. And then we're going to go for this one, I think. I know I'm looking, but yeah, I'm going to do this one next for those. Is this fun or what? So you can see that the masterboard element is that it's a very patterned picture. And rather than scrutinize like I'm known to do and make everything look as perfect as it possibly can, I am just letting it be whatever it is. And then when I turn them over, I can place two to a thing, and I'm sure I'll be super happy with the outcome. Okay, that's with that one. I want to get a thin one in the middle. Boy, these are slippery. The paper I'm using is 32-pound premium paper by HP. And it's got a wonderful shine to it. It's matte. It's not glossy, but it's so smooth and so yummy. I'm going to see what side I want to get in there. Let's see. I really like that dark corner. So I think I'm going to go here. But I feel like between the two 32-pound papers and this quality of glossy, one's glossy, I guess it's matte actually, but a finished printed board, it'll be plenty thick for the tab style. And then this one, I'm going to use this partially. Now on this other half, I got all that gold, so I'm going to try to go with this half because I really want to get that. I want to get that snowflake. It's so beautiful. I love this. If this works out, I'm going to do more things like this because this is fast. I mean, so fast. So this is an extra that's probably the right size for this. Yeah, it is. So I think I'm going to throw it in the pile, especially since it'll work for that. Maybe I'll leave it for that. Okay. All right. So now I could do this, but I'm watching the time, and I want to make sure you see what comes out of this divine and simple process. I mean, there's no paper that wouldn't work, right? You know, if you just want to super decorate everything on top of it, you could use coffee dyed paper. But what fun is that? I think it's more fun to use something busy and interesting so that each piece is interesting. And I think the color is really nice after having so much emphasis on green and red and gold. And I am going to decorate these too. I'm going to put textiles on them and some stamping and maybe a pocket or a side tuck. I don't know. When I get it together, I'll figure it out. But I wanted to try this method where nothing was the same size, right? Or where everything was a different size. Okay, so it's small, large, small, large, small, large, small, large, large, small, large. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. Can you see all those okay? My thing's a little crooked still, I can tell. All right, and then for these, I'm going to put these into piles by color. So this is strong. That's strong. This is mild. That's strong, yeah. And this is mild. This is, I'd say, intermediate. This is mild. This is strong, mild. Love it. Strong but light. And so it's intermediate. That's light. That's intermediate. That's intermediate. And that's light. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 strongs. and 1. I almost think this should be the intermediate, and this should be the strong. That's a lot of trees in the strong category. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Okay, so we need to adjust. So I'm going to make this a middle, and I'm going to make, I think it would be this one or this one. This one can be strong, okay? Or maybe this one can be strong, and that can be intermediate. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right. And then we're just going to match up the sizes and try to, because we can change them after we see how it looks. That's the point. But I want to keep this I want to keep the order together, because that's the experiment that I'm doing, to see if you can make the accordion, or concordia, maybe would be a better way to describe it, to make the concordia work when you have all different sizes. Okay, well, these can be changed as we go. Okay, this is a big one, so let's get the yellow out. Yellow, and then, is this the biggest one, or is there a bigger one? This is the, okay, this is the biggest one, so that's going to go there. And I think, yeah, so these two have got to go here, because that's the very biggest paper. I'm sure getting the drift. I'm just trying to move along quickly so that we don't, so you don't miss this part, because this is the main banana. Who's ever heard of that? The main banana. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. This is going to be at the end. This is a small one and a small one. Boy, that worked out perfectly. Perfectly. That's at the very end. And then this is going to go in the middle. This here, that there. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, let's see what we're going to do about the order. Are we going to stay with it, or are we going to move it on? Yeah, I just can't fit everything. Okay, even if I move all this, it's still... Now I can also pull from this stack that I already cut. Here and here. Okay, so already we know that these are way too close together in terms of coloring. Those are from the exact same paper. So I'm going to turn that around. Oops, and then look, then that looks the same as that. So what I can do, though, is move this one here. I think this paper is upside down. I think it goes like that. Yeah. So I'm going to move that one there. And we can do that one there. Okay. And this is a little boring. Oh, that paper's upside down too, I think. Yeah, that's a river. Okay, I like to have a bold one to get started with. I think of the bolder, the better. So let's see if this is bold. Yeah, that's bolder. Okay, so we'll go with that. And then let's see if this is more. Oops. Oh, those are identical. I can't do that. Okay. Actually, all three of these are off the same one. Yeah. Okay, so pull in the ones I cut before. Can you see this in my camera? Yeah. Okay. Well, I love this. I think that's so cool. So that could be... Was I looking for bolder? And here I am going mellower. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's bold. And that's pretty good. Okay. I have a lot of yellow in this one. But again, for the sake of time, these are the ones that I cut up before. Like, look at that gorgeous thing. Yeah, I feel like this is a little ho-hum. Just a little ho-hum. What do we have here? There we go. I tend to put the small ones first, like left side, when I'm doing the cut, the rip, and maybe that's the air. Then we end up getting too many small ones that are the same, or I don't know. Okay, let's see. How does that look? I feel like I have a good flow here. The color is really good in here. But then these two are too much alike, and this one looks very blah. So let me turn this one around and see what's on there. Yeah. Well, I do like how that comes together. So this is the only one. This is kind of in question. Let's see if this blue side is better. Yeah. So we have sort of an aqua theme going here, which I think is beautiful. So now let's turn them all over and see what that means for the other side. And then we may decide to change out some papers here. Plus I have the one I've not cut up yet available. Too many choices can be, you know, overwhelming and stressful. Okay. Now we can't switch up the cards or it'll mess up the other side. But we can see that this is just too much alike and these two are too much alike. So we have to do something. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put it down. How much time have we spent? Okay, just a few more minutes here. And that's going to be it. Okay. All right. So if I go like that, I think that's very mellow. I think that's lovely. Although I love this one. It's just too much like that one, and that one's bigger, and I like it because it's such a beautiful picture. I want it in the bigger. But there's a mellow and a calm, and I'm thinking that one of the things I might add to these are words, maybe affirmations. Okay, and then this is, it's like mellow, busy, mellow, busy, mellow, busy. Mellow, dramatic, dramatic, mellow. You know, this is just super duper white. I think that's part of it. It's so white. Let's see what else we could do. What if we did this? No. That's got potential. This has got the blue sky. I think it needs a little drama. Not ready to give it up yet. That's pretty. Oh, I like those two together. Dark. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm going to take this one off. Put this one on. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is one of my all-time favorites. Those are two different trees, but that's so similar. Well, then it's just two every other onesie. I don't want to do that. I like a certain amount of flow there. What do you think? This one kind of doesn't really go, does it? The color goes. If you just look at the color, it goes. It is lovely. It does have a flow. I think this is still not going to work. This is just not looking right to me. So let's see what we've got. Okay, this has got purple. It's got a different shape involved, which I like. And then this, hard to know which way it goes. I think that's like a distant lake or crevice. Oof, too much white, huh? I don't know why this would look less white, but I mean, this should, but it doesn't really. This is the one that I think needs to be adjusted. This is the one I took off. Well, now when I put it back in with that one there, it looks good, doesn't it? So maybe we found it. Fun, right? Don't you think this is fun? I can't wait to do these other 7 with what I have here. And I'll cut some more up. I think that's beautiful. Still looks a little too bold. Yeah. It just does. It just looks too bold. So, what I need to do, how much time do I have? I'm just going to make one more mystery cut. Mystery cut, but I'm just going to take a look and see. There's 2 birds in there, and then this big tree. Okay. I'm going to do this. Where's that ruler? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Oh, I could just do this all day. I'm loving this. This is fun. Let's hope. And what are our choices? We got the big bird. A lot of snow. Oh, we've got a very purple sunniness. Okay. I guess I've got to change this out. I guess this is just too mellow. It's so much like that. In fact, with that tree, that might be better. Give it a little more oomph. And put something else in here. Let's see. We have a lot of good choices. That's pretty. It's possible. This is gorgeous. You know, these are too much alike. What am I thinking? Wow. See, more choices isn't necessarily better. It really isn't necessarily better. More choices can just be more. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. Or down here. I like that blue sky. I like that look. I am going to I don't want that one there. I think I'm going to use this one. Because this is purple. Now it looks like a blob, doesn't it? Wow. Okay, I need to get one more fat one. Okay, let's go. It won't look. Just trying to figure out which end I cut from versus, yeah, this end. Okay, so let's grab one more. See? Well, I guess we could have any one of these. So now I've got two that are doable for the right size. Let's hope. Not entirely sure which way this one goes. I think it goes that way. Yeah, that looks good. What about that? Oh no, I don't want those two rivers meeting. And then we have, oh, the big tray, yeah. Yeah, okay. Boy, these are all strong. I'm almost going to have to print out another super lightweight, or maybe we just have one that's all strong. I'll have to try them when I get to that stack. And the other one I hadn't yet opened, which will be a thin one, is this. Oh, I just love the coloring. I dare say I like them smaller almost better. Just beautiful. Yeah, I'm in heaven. So I hope you guys like this idea and that you'll give it a try and that you think it's as much fun as I do. Because really, it's so easy. And then after I glue my fabric, I'm going to put them pretty close together, glue the fabric along here, and then stitch. So I don't want it to be too wide. I don't want it to show a lot. That's not the point. I just want to keep it together. And I think I'm just going to do one, and then because it'll be stitched, it'll hold on the other side. The stitching will show like that. I don't know if I'm going to like that or not. I have to think that one through. Maybe I need to do a double. And then fold it up and decorate some of these. And that's it. So you guys, if I don't see you before New Year's Eve, I wish you the very, very most fun, and I hope that you won't drive if you drink. I hope that you will try not to be on the roads when people are on the roads at night on New Year's Eve. You know, leave early, stay late, spend the night, something, but, you know, let's just all stay safe since there's too many people out there that aren't capable of saying no. And I hope to see you back in the new year. I don't have any plans for the new year in terms of videos for you, so we're just going to kind of go along and see what comes up. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really happy you're here, and I appreciate all my new subscribers that have come in, tons in the last couple of months. So I really appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing from you. I love comments. I always respond, and any questions I'll always answer. And that's it. So happy 2026, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.